Yesterday, U.S. President Donald Trump held a meeting with the citizens' candidate for president of Poland, Karol Nawrocki. This is a clear sign that Washington, D.C. is betting on relations with Nawrocki and Poland. The president of the Polish Institute of National Remembrance also met with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, House of Representatives Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, and Republican Party politicians. Many would like the opportunity to have at least a moment's conversation with the president of the United States, but only a few have that opportunity. Karol Nawrocki, a citizens candidate for president of Poland, is among these few. I met with the president of the United States, Donald Trump, even though this meeting was not on the official agenda, because this day in Washington, D.C. for President Trump was an exceptionally busy one, which we followed together. The White House itself confirmed Karol Nawrocki's meeting in the Oval Office with President Trump, posting a photo on social media. And what was the conversation about? President Trump said, "You will win." I read it as a kind of wishing me success in the upcoming election. These are significant words because Donald Trump has walked a difficult road to the presidency.
Nawrockiego była wizytą polityka,
Karol Nawrocki's visit was a visit by a politician who wants an alliance with the U.S., who wants an alliance of values, who wants a military alliance, who wants an energy alliance, and who puts Poland's relationship with the U.S. with all the difference and potentials. We are talking here about the relationship of a medium-sized country with big aspirations with a country that is, one might say, a global world empire.
Z państwem, które jest, można powiedzieć, globalnym, światowym.
In addition to the White House leadership, Karol Nawrocki also met with key figures in the United States.
To była rozmowa o ogólnej sytuacji, o wydarzeniu, bo to wydarzenie, które też przyciągnęło uwagę opinii publicznej.
There was a conversation with the Speaker of the House of Representatives. There was also a meeting with Marco Rubio, of course, and with more congressmen, but also with secretaries. These talks touched on all the most important issues and Polish-American relations.
Także z kongresmenami, ale również z sekretarzami. Te rozmowy dotykały wszystkich najważniejszych spraw relacji polsko.
Marco Rubio is the U.S. Secretary of State, who also took over as security advisor. That is, the person who shapes international policy alongside the President of the United States. Another person was Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. There was also Robert Jr. Kennedy, who is in charge of the Department of Health and Welfare. There was no shortage of House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson. Karol Nawrocki also met with Jim Jordan, who chairs the Judiciary Committee of the House of Representatives, and with the director of the Domestic Policy Council, Vince Haley. It is also worth noting that he met with Susie Wiles, in charge of the White House staff. The main topics of these talks were security issues.
Karol
Nawrocki, as we can see, is a guarantee of continuing very good relations with the U.S. In fact, Donald Trump shows the whole world that relations with Poland are important to him. So this is also a clear indication to Vladimir Putin. Let's remember, security policy is that old rule. You want peace? Then get ready for war. Karol Nawrocki flew to the United States to solicit Polish votes. Dr. Karol Nawrocki was invited to the U.S. for a pretty serious holiday and went there primarily to meet with the Polish-American community, which is obvious in the case of a candidate who is running for the office of the president of Poland, because after all, the Polish-American community is a very large electorate. Every year on the 3rd of May, there is a May 3rd Constitution Parade in Chicago, where Polish people living in the United States celebrate not only the second Constitution after the American one, but first and foremost, Polishness.